Hello, everyone, and welcome to That's Tifa podcast. My name is Montavia Williams, and I am bringing to you a safe space with Tifa conversations. Today, I have one of my homeboys sitting in a Tifa seat, and I'm going to let him introduce himself.
Speedy Stevenson, Shreveport, Louisiana, from the Cooper Road neighborhood, businessman, football player, whatever you want to call it.
Okay, so first I want to thank you for taking the time out to come in and sitting in the Tifa seat so we can clock some tea about Mr. Speedy. So with every guest, I always have them start off telling us how they were raised. So we know you from that Ratchet City. That's what y'all call it. So go ahead and spill the tea on how you was raised.
From the Cooper Road, like I said, Shreveport, Louisiana, and just, one parent household. Dad wasn't really around, he been really, in jail my whole life. But he kind of got out around, my senior year in college. I was finna get drafted to the NFL. So, the relationship we had then, when he was getting out, I didn't know, if he was a fan and he was trying to be my father again because he always been gone. So, yeah, one parent household, mom's a strong lady. Got an older sister, but niece and nephew, 2 nephews, 1 niece, older sister. But yeah, I only got 1 sibling for real.
What's one thing you can say you learned from her?
Adversity. Adversity for real. Just just seeing the struggle. But me personally, I can say, I never wanted from the, when I was a kid, my mom was the type, she'll be late on the bill to give in my sister new J that just came out. So I can say, I seen her, the pain in her eyes sometimes, but she kept going. So, when I went through adversity, in my football career, I knew how to kept going, because I know my mama,
She kept going.
Steady stepping for real, so.
Okay. So you mentioned football, but I think when we had a conversation, you stated you played basketball and football.
Right.
So what made you choose football over basketball?
So I really always just been raw in both of them. I started playing both of them when I was 6 years old. When I first went to high school, my 9th grade, I kind of got into some trouble, so I couldn't play varsity on football. You feel me? So, but I played basketball varsity though. So, everybody seeing me hoop my 9th grade, they're like, oh yeah, you the ticket, But the whole time, I want to go to the NFL, but they ain't seen that yet. So, my 10th grade, my first year on varsity on the field and, snap. So everybody like,
yeah.
You're a 2-sport player. So, now everybody like shook, but football always been my first love though. But, I played both of them, since I was 6 years old. My last year playing basketball was my 11th grade year.
Okay.
My senior in high school, now it's time to get ready for college.
And what made you choose the position wide receiver?
So I wanted to play DB at first, but I'm the type, I like to pop it. So, wide receiver, you score touchdowns. Like DBs, you get a pig, little tackle or something. Nobody really ain't just gonna know, but you score though,
yeah,
they gonna know what's up. They gonna know who just scored. You feel me? So yeah, that's really why I chose, the skill position, receiver for real.
Yeah, because on offense, you mainly have either the quarterback, the running back, and the wide receiver that gets all the shine. So, let's talk about it. What was it like moving? Because you after high school, you went to University of Houston. So what was it like moving from small Shreveport to Houston, which is a big city?
Keep it G. It was a smooth transition for real. I graduated with like 18 scholarships. And, when Houston first offered me, I really was like, nah, because I had way bigger offers. But I came out here for the visit, and I was around the guys just like me. So I'm like, big boy, just like me. Ended down the street like 4 hours away. My mama, she my biggest fan. So 4 hours away, I'm like, Mom's gonna come to every home game. These boys just in my class, they just like me. Man, I'm coming to UH. And around that time, they had just beat Florida State in a bowl game. So all hype around the school anyway. So I'm like, man, I'm gonna come out here. I didn't even know the city was jumping, how the city be jumping, when I first decided to come out here. But I eventually seen that. So I'm like, okay then, type of speed.
Yeah. Okay, so while you was attending U of H, I'm going to go ahead and run these stats up, okay? So 2016, you started off with 36 yards. That was your freshman year, correct? And then 2017, you had an injury. You tore your ACL. So let's pause right there. Your freshman year, you played, but you really didn't shine like you could have or you wanted to. And then your next year, you tore your ACL. Let's talk about your whole mindset during that year.
It's a backstory on the freshman year though. So boom, leading to my freshman year, I was, running with the ones, fall camp, but I ended up breaking my collarbone. So I broke my collarbone before the first game our freshman year. So, I came back like the back end of the season around that time, you play one game, you're gonna have the red shirt. So I played that one game, I had 1 touch for 36 yards. That was my last play for the rest of the season. And I red shirted. So boom, fast forward to my ACL the following season. So that 2 years in a row, I done had 2 big injuries.
Yeah.
So when I got that news, I called my mama. They don't take that type of news good. So my mama crying. I'm like, Mom, I'm straight. Like I said, I know how to deal with adversity. You feel me? I know it ain't the end of the road, but what the injury did teach me is because before the injury, I really was just living wild. Like I wasn't even in college. So when I got that injury, I'm like, man, I need to lock in at school. You feel me? Football ain't premise. 2 years in a row injured. I mean, my dream to make it in that field, but for 2 years, I done got injured, real big injuries too. So I'm like, man, I need to lock in at school. So, I got on the grades. My team got behind me, because when I had told my ACL, I was on academic probation. So,
you was wild.
Yeah, facts. Facts. But my team had got me, out of that hole. I had a lot of, special people, helping me also. But that really was, tearing my ACL, I locked in school, ended up graduating, make a long story short, in 2020. But yeah, the adversity though, that was probably the worst thing I ever been through.
And those were your first 2 times getting injured while playing football?
Facts, and I never got injured in high school before. So that was like something new to me for real.
Okay, so you 2017 was when you tore your ACL. Now 2018, that's when you started taking off. You had 1,019 yards and 9 touchdowns. So when you had that year, let's talk about it. Like, okay, what was your mindset to come back and show out?
Because I always knew what I had in the tank, it was just, it wasn't my time, the first 2 years. But I always knew when I stepped out there what I was going to do. Yeah. You feel me? So, I wasn't surprised about, the recognitions I was getting and, like, my style of play because I always knew, like, who I was as a person. But, it was a blessing, to finally be able to get back to myself because, like I said, I never got injured in high school. So, when the first 2 injuries happened, I ain't really just, take it well. I really was taking it within and trying to stay strong for my people because I know they was hurting for me, you feel me? So after that first season, really, I'm thinking NFL.
Yeah. So it was basically a minor setback for a major comeback. Because 2019, it was 907 yards, still had 9 touchdowns. And then 2020, 307 yards with 4 touchdowns.
That was COVID year.
Huh?
That was COVID, so we only had probably like 4 games.
So let's talk about your senior year. So did you know that you was gonna make it to the league your senior year?
Yeah, I say yeah, because like after my first year, in 2018, after that type of season, so agents tapping in and the type of agents tapping in, like I'm talking about they rep like big people that's already in that field. So I mean, yeah, it was really like a straight line. After my first year back on the field, I just had to stay healthy and keep producing. But yeah, I knew before my senior year I was gonna go to the NFL.
So what all teams were looking at you and really wanted you in the league?
So in that process, you go through a whole lot of interviews. I interviewed with all 32 teams, and I went to the Senior Bowl. And everybody at the Senior Bowl, that's the biggest bowl game. At the end of your college career, I went to the Senior Bowl, and all 32 teams were there, so I interviewed with them there too.
That's live because a lot of people don't get 32 teams. So you was drafted to the Buffalo Bills, 6th round, and I actually watched because that day you was reposting the people, your family that was around. So being with your family and getting that call that hey, the Buffalo Bills want you. Let's talk about that moment.
So it was really crazy, a lot of mixed emotions for real. So leading up to the draft, everybody expected to go in a certain round, you feel me? So, I got my people around, day 1 go by, first round, all right, day go by. So day 2 come, that's the second and third round. And that's the day, I'm expecting to go, second and third. So, when I get drafted day 2, now I'm like, man, what's going on? You feel me? So the next day come around, this is the last day of the draft. So, 4th round go by, 5th round go by. I just walk out the room, go in the bathroom. My lady I was with at the time, she came in the bathroom, like, you straight, prayed with me. Like 30 minutes later, I got that call, and it's so crazy, got drafted by Buffalo at the time. Ed Oliver was there. He's still there. He was there, we came in together, so, that was my dog. And at the time, too, Tre'Davious White, he actually from Cooper Road, too, Shreveport, Louisiana, so he was there, too. So I'm like,
family.
Okay, 2 of my dogs up there, so, everybody, happy about that. That was a big thing in the city. Seeing me and T. White was gonna be out there together from the same hood, that ain't normal. But yeah, it was a blessing for real, but yeah, just was able to, assign the fresh air. Yeah. Fresh air, I mean, but Yeah, it was a blessing, man. We turned up bad that night. I ain't gonna even count.
So with the Buffalo Bills, you were drafted to the Buffalo Bills, and of course they had Stephon Diggs on that team. So what was your mindset like? Because you was drafted, but you still have to compete. Uh-huh. So knowing you have to compete against this man, what was that like? Like, how was you preparing yourself to basically not even take somebody's spot, but own your spot?
So I would, when they drafted me, they called me on the phone, so I already telling me like my role coming in. Mm-hmm. Guys like Stephon Diggs, it was Emmanuel Sanders, Cole Beasley, Gabe Davis. Them guys already established. So me coming in, I'm trying to learn. I'm trying to soak game. And Steph, that's one of my best friends today. He didn't taught me game on and off the field. But just coming in, I'm just, trying to learn. Mm-hmm. Trying to learn and just soaking it all in because, it was bittersweet, you feel me, just to be in the same room as these guys. Cause I was watching these guys, when I was younger. So now I'm, looking at the vets, like I'm looking at them like I'm in the same room, like, I always been a plan for real. So it wasn't about, taking somebody's job. It was like, soaking game from them guys to get to where they ate eventually.
Yeah. Got you. So, when you played for the Bills, and I know that was your first season you went off, because preseason, that's when you was on kickoff return, and I watched those games. You scored touchdowns on that, and then you end up getting injured, and you end up getting injured again in the NFL. So what was the difference between getting injured in college and getting injured in the NFL? Like, how can you differentiate that?
So the difference is, you get hurt in college, you on scholarship. I was in college on scholarship, you get hurt. You like, I still got scholarship, I'm gonna eventually get back, but you get hurt in the league, that's your job now. Mm-hmm. And, if you keep getting hurt, that means you're not reliable. Yeah. So that means the trust ain't in you because you keep on getting hurt. Even though it's out of your control, nobody want to get hurt, but it's just the business of the game. So, going into my year 2, I'm way more comfortable than year 1. And I'm going crazy, so I get hurt again up in training camp. But I'm like, okay, first injury in the league, all right, boom, so I get put on IR. So, the whole time, I'm still grinding, but, it's a numbers game too. Like in college, you probably can have 10 receivers, but in the league, you probably got like 5, 6.
Yeah.
So basically, the difference from college and NFL getting injured, like, your availability is your best ability. You feel me? You ain't available, then, it's time to move on. Yeah.
So let's go to the spirituality side. So during these injuries, like what was a prayer, or how can I put this? Because I want to say, like, of course, when something bad always happens to us, we see God.
Facts.
So, like, what was the number one thing you just kept telling yourself, kept reminding yourself to stay focused and keep the mindset like, I'm good, I can keep going?
Just keep going. Everything happened for a reason, but they all blessings. I like, firm believing that, everything happened for a reason. They all blessings. I know, like, I ain't made it this far to start right here because I ain't even show what I can do yet.
Yeah.
So I'm like, all right, boom, another Oscar. All right, boom, I went through this in college. And I got past it, and I eventually, got to the place I wanted to, show and show what I can show. So, in the NFL standpoint, yes, the window is, real smaller than college, but, whenever the opportunity come again, just seize the moment.
Mm-hmm. So then you went from the Bills to the Cleveland Browns to the Carolina Panthers. Let's talk about that change, like how back-to-back it was. And then not only, you have to move back-to-back. So let's talk about that.
The change, coming from Shreveport to Houston, it'd be real hot out here. So I go to Buffalo.
Yeah.
It's so cold. So boom, I'm kind of getting established to the cold. Now I'm established to the cold. Then I go to Cleveland. It's cold in Cleveland too, but I just love Buffalo, so I'm good. Mm-hmm. Then I go to Carolina. It's like a mini Houston, if you ask me. I love Carolina. So I'm like, weather for one, that's a big difference. Like, that's something you got to adapt to for sure. Mm-hmm. But, just wherever that right place at. Like, people be like, what team you want to go to? It ain't about what team I want to go to. It's wherever that fit at. Yeah. And wherever God put me. You feel me?
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, they all pay. Mm-hmm. You feel me? I ain't have a favorite team since I started doing my own thing. So I ain't going to say I want to go to my favorite team because I ain't really got no favorite team because right now I'm in a business. You feel me? So
So, okay, so you mentioned a favorite team. Before you got drafted, who was your favorite team?
Cowboys. Yeah, me and my mama. Yeah, my mama a real Cowboys fan.
That's what's up.
Yeah, Cowboys my favorite team though, when Dez Bryant and all them. And like I said, when that was my favorite team, Cole Beasley was on the Cowboys. And I got drafted to Buffalo. He at Buffalo. So that's why I'm saying, like, I'm in the room, Cole Beasley. He was on my favorite team growing up, you feel me? So just those type of, people in the same room, that's crazy.
Got you. So now you play for San Antonio. Is it Brahmas?
Brahmas, yeah.
Brahmas, yeah. You play for San Antonio Brahmas. So let's talk about that experience, because y'all actually went all the way. Went to the championship. So let's talk about this experience for your first time. Now you're going from the NFL now to the XFL. So what's the difference between NFL and XFL?
It's a big difference, just, the guys that you playing against, but at the end of the day, everybody grown. There's a lot of people that's in the UFL. They was in the NFL before. So, like, it ain't no small league. Cause, like, there's some guys over there, because, they was in the NFL at 1.2, and now they trying to get back. But I feel like it was a good route for me because, like I said, I stayed injured, in the NFL my first 2 years. So, me going to the UFL, I really found love for the game again. I was put in a role, I was put in an important role on my team. And, I ain't been in that important role on my team since college. So, it really brought back the love of the game again, made me want to, keep going. Because at one point, through all the injuries and adversity, yeah, I'm human too. So, I got down sometime on myself. Me and my mama had some long talks, but taking that UFL route really kind of brought the love of the game back for real.
Yeah. And how was it staying in San Antonio?
So it was crazy. Everybody based in Dallas. So I was staying in Dallas the whole time. But, home games, we go to San Antonio. But all the teams in Dallas.
Okay.
So, yeah.
So you was still in, you wasn't in Houston, but you was in the city. You was in the city in Dallas. So now let's go ahead and have a Tifa moment for real.
There's something with it.
So being a professional athlete, how do you know the difference between genuine women and money-hungry women as an athlete?
It's really hard to tell, because at the end of the day, they gonna try to play their part to the fullest, so you really never know. But look at me, when I went into the league, I was with somebody that I was with, for a long time.
Yeah.
You feel me? So, I was blessed with that opportunity, to be with somebody that, that I was with when I tore my ACL in college, you feel me? So, I always look past all that, and I'm the type of dude, like, I don't need a female because I take care of myself. A female only, anything she can do for me is just extra, which I appreciate. But like I said, I pray about that type of stuff, though, to just keep the right people around me and in my circle, and just, if it ain't for me, just stay from around me. That's from my homies, family, to females,
Yeah. So what's one of the biggest challenges in your professional football career?
Okay, then. One of the biggest challenges, I say one of the biggest challenges, just, keeping the main thing, because it's easy to get knocked off your pivot, just what's going on around you. It can be like a family situation. It can be like a death or anything, because everybody go through something that they don't speak on. But, just keeping the main thing, having a lot of time off, it can be a good thing and a bad thing.
Yeah. So have you ever, sacrificed anything to get to where you are now?
I'll say yeah. I say yeah. Just my time. The type of time I used to give people. Growing up. When I first got into the league, I realized that's draining. Yeah. And I was draining myself. So yeah, I had to sacrifice a lot of relationships for real.
Okay. One thing. So let's talk about one thing you didn't. What's one thing about your career you really didn't expect?
Just the injuries.
Yeah.
Injuries. I ain't really expected, but it's something you got to expect. And the way I got injured in the league, I got injured like balling. Like the play I got injured on, I had snapped that play.
Yeah.
You feel me? But that's basically something I ain't expecting. Just the relationships and just being around certain people and really see how a lot of people living for real. Motivation purposes. That's really something I looked forward to. I kind of expected, but that's something I for sure looked forward to. Like I said, like Stephon Diggs, guys like that, became my best friend. He put me on his wing my freshman year. My rookie year in Buffalo. But just like all the game I learned from him. I appreciate that. He like I said, treated me like a little brother. Still to this day.
So through all the injuries you have been through, have there ever been like a moment have there ever been a moment you like thought about giving up?
Nah.
No.
And I say no because, like I said, I don't know how to give up. You feel me? Like, you know, how I was raised, you know, I was raised in a tough environment, you know, single parent. My mama never gave up. You feel me? I don't know how to give up. If I want something, I'm going to get it.
Yeah.
And that's from, you know, my career.
Why you whisper?
Like, if I want it, you know, I'm going to go get it. And, you know, I'm going to make sure, you know, it'll eventually happen because it ain't no time frame on a lot of stuff. You feel me? When it's meant to be, it's meant to be.
Okay, so since you whispered a girl, now do you ever plan on like settling, or you just young and you on your rock star behavior?
I wouldn't even say I'm on my rock star behavior no more because of the situation that I recently went through with my ex relationship. So I feel like, you know, that relationship really taught me a lot of things because, you know, when I was in that relationship, I was young and turned while I was in that relationship, which I shouldn't have been. So, you know, when I went through all that and seeing how, you know, hurt people can hurt people because clearly I was hurt, you feel me? But, you know, I was just, you know, living young, wild, and free. But, yeah, that situation, that, you know, taught me a lot. You know? So, like I said, you know, I'm just, you know, protecting my peace right now and focus on what matters.
Okay, so what do you think people mainly misunderstand about you?
A lot of people be saying I'm controlling because I stand on business. That's why I feel like.
And you're an Aries, though, don't forget.
Yeah, I'm an Aries. So I feel like a lot of people can take, you know, some of my responses as controlling, but I feel like, you know, if you settle for anything, you'll fall for anything too. So I just feel like, you know, I just set boundaries with everybody. Some of them boundaries would be like too much sometimes, I guess, for that particular person, whoever they may be.
Got you. Let me see. I'm trying to see what's next I can throw at you.
I'm with it. With it.
Let's see.
That water, you're screaming.
I'm screaming. It's a lot. What's the best? Okay, so so when you're a professional athlete, you know, the money coming in. So what's one of the best investments you have made as an athlete?
It's crazy. I just invested in something like 3 weeks ago and it just got on the road Monday. This day 4 right here. So basically, you know, they've really been one of my hardest things my first 2 years in the league, like finding something to invest in and, you know, that made sense. But, you know, I had a blessing that was already in my circle that had put me on game about something. And I actually had, you know, tuned in to that like 3 weeks ago. And my man, Gotti, Trey, back from my city, you know, because I had bought a truck. And my man driving it for me, you feel me? So, you know, we making money in that route right now. But, yeah, that actually, this day 4 that it been on the road. So that was a blessing. But, yeah, I recently just, you know, did my first investment.
Yeah. So what's one thing you can say? I'm not gonna say you hate you like spent money on, but you look at it now and like, I could have saved my money for that.
Entertainment.
What, you talking about outside?
Outside. I mean, outside.
Yeah.
Outside. I mean, I didn't did a lot in 26 years, but I didn't did a lot in the last 2 years. Then I did, well, not the last 2 years. My first 2 years in the league, I did a whole lot.
Yeah, cause you was outside for sure.
No, for real.
You king of outside.
I say entertainment though.
Okay, king of entertainment. That's what we go start off. So is there anyone you really wanted to actually like be on the same team with, play football with?
What's crazy, when I went to Cleveland, I was on the same team with my best friend. I feel like it don't get no better than that.
Yeah.
My best friend, Greta Williams, we met when we were 10 years old. And the way we met was crazy, but we met when we were 10 years old. He got drafted in 2019 or 2018, one on. But he got drafted to Cleveland Browns. So, yeah, when I went to Cleveland on the back end of the 2022 season, I was staying at his crib, but yeah, I feel like it don't get no better than that.
Yeah, and then you mentioned like a lot of people you grew up with and y'all from the same city. basically in a league. So let's talk about that feeling. You know, when y'all get together, how is that? Do y'all be on some competitive stuff or motivational, or I'ma see you on the field soon? Like, how that be?
It be a little wicked, you know, but when we all link up, it's a party. It's a party, you know, when we on the field, you know, we just getting the business in. Yeah, we competing against each other on the field, but you know, when we all link up, most likely, you know, it's off season. We just, you know, now it's time to have a good time.
Yeah.
You know, so yeah, we have a good time. We together, but yeah, you know, it's a blessing to all the guys, you know, around my age. It's a lot of us, you know, that made it to the league. You feel me? It was probably like, you know, 4 or 5 of us in that one draft that I got drafted in. You feel me? So, and we all around the same age in the same class. So,
and all of y'all being from Louisiana, Shreveport, that ratchet city, which would get real crazy at, because you actually broke it down to me when we both was talking about our hood. You broke it down to me how crazy it is in Shreveport. So like, just coming from a crazy city with a lot of gun violence, a lot of crime, and being in the lead with your homeboys, when y'all go back home, do y'all have support, or you have to watch your back like, nah, we gotta, you know, lay low, we gotta stay to ourselves, because people may be out to get us. You got some people that be hating in your own city.
I say, you know, I always gotta watch your back no matter where you at. But I feel like, you know, the city be showing love for real. Like, you know, recently, me and the guys, we did a little weekend in our city. Not 4th of July weekend, like July 14th weekend, but you know, they showed love. We had a 4-day weekend set up. Everybody popped out, showed love, wasn't no violence. I mean, nobody played with us for you know, so like, you feel me? But yeah, I help with the city though.
Yeah.
The city show love.
Have you ever thought about hosting your own camp?
Yeah, soon. But I just wanted to wait on that opportunity when I'm like, you know, in a right space to do that. You feel me? I know I got a lot of love back there and everything, but I wanted to be where I want to be to do that. You know, my dog AD just did his first camp. Love that for him. You know, he balling right now for the Baltimore Ravens. But yeah, he just did his first camp. But yeah, soon when the time come, you know, whenever the time right, yeah, I'm planning on doing the same thing.
Got you. So so in our generation, it's a lot of younger boys, there's a lot of boys in high school and in college whose main focus is the league. But they don't know that the league is business. Is bigger than what y'all think it is. Just the playing on TV with all the money and all that is way more than that. So what's some advice you can give to the people, to the men?
I mean, grades come first, you know. In order to get to the league, you got to make it out of high school. You got to make it out of every really, you know, elementary level school. But you know, grades come first, and that's something, you know, that I ain't really just lock in on until probably like my 10th grade year, you know, type, because, you know, a college coach, Mississippi State, remember like yesterday, came to my school, and, you know, my coach called me in the office basically saying like, you know, they want to offer you, but your grades. So, you know, that point there, I always knew I wanted to go D1. I know I want to go to the NFL, so at that point there, I'm like, I get on the grade. I don't care if it's all C's. I got to get on the grade.
C's what? Get degrees. So, and that's another thing. What's one thing you can tell them? Because you say basically keep your grades up, but what's one thing you can tell them not to do in order to get to where you are now?
Don't follow the crowd. Don't follow the crowd. You know, be your own person. Cause like, you know, when I was growing up, I was the only one out of my whole clique growing up that had a curfew. You feel me? But you know, when I was young, I'm like, you know, I'm looking at my mom like, man, that's lame. That's better. Why I got a curfew? Whoop, whoop. But you know, now that I grow older, it really helped me out because, like, you know, I got to come in the house at 10. Then the next day when I go outside, one of the guys probably just went to jail because he broke in the house.
Right. So mama was saving you.
You feel me? So I know if I would have been outside, that's my dog, I probably would have been right with him. You feel me? So I feel like, you know, don't follow the crowd and just, you know, set your vision and, like, you know, don't do nothing to mess up that vision until you get to that vision. And when you get to that vision, hold on to it tight.
You know, it's one thing I thought you would have said. And basically, from hearing your story and everything you have been through, I was expecting you to say, don't get too comfortable.
Yeah.
Because
I got comfortable for sure. I got comfortable for sure.
Okay, so talk about that moment when you got too comfortable.
Just, you know, like I said, you know, first going to lead, the lead is the dream, got to the dream, and just, you know, taking a lot of things for granted, you know. And I feel like I really got my karma in my career because, like, you know, the way I did females, to be honest. Like, I know I broke a lot of hearts, so I feel like, you know, God signed me down in my career because he know I had some real people on my team. and I was like, taking it for granted, and I was taking my career for granted too. Cause like I said, my first 2 years, I was outside. But yeah, I feel like, just don't get too comfortable, and don't take nothing for granted. Cause like you can be here today and gone tomorrow.
Right. Yeah. And another thing is a lot of people get too comfortable with and that's not even just in the league. That's in high school and college. They get too comfortable with their position. Right. Like nobody can come and take their spot. And then when it happens, it's like, they feelings hurt or they got a problem with the coach. So that was a good one. So you and these lady problems, you being young and turned, what's one of the most romantic things you have ever done for a lady or a past lady?
So like I said, I was in a relationship for the longest. I literally just got a relationship beginning of this year. Mm-hmm. But before that, I was in a 6-year relationship. So, but
I just asked, what was the most romantic thing you have ever done?
Well, my ex, her favorite day was Valentine's Day. Mm-hmm. You feel me? So, I personally, hate Valentine's Day because I feel like every day can be Valentine's Day. Right. You feel me? You ain't got to wait on one day, to get what you get, because whatever you get on Valentine's Day, you didn't got that before Valentine's Day. But I didn't woo the woo. I didn't woo the woo though.
So basically, because her favorite day was Valentine's Day, you only did something romantic on that day for her?
No, that's what I'm saying. That's why I said I hate that day, because whatever you got on Valentine's Day, we didn't did that before. Plus,
oh, okay, got you.
But I really just can't put my finger on the most romantic thing I did. Cause I done did a lot of stuff in my 26 years. Mm-hmm. And we was together 6 years. So
yeah.
You feel me?
Well, that's a long time. So being an uncle of 3, you have 1 niece and 2 boys. Not 1 niece and 2 nephews, my bad. So do you think you're ready for kids or you want your own kids?
Man, my sister taking up all the room. I want to have my own kids one day. Yeah, I do want to have my own kids one day, but I do want to have my own kids one day. But my sister taking up all the room, bro.
Yeah. So
she ain't really taking up all the room. But it's just, when I find that right person, like I said, I just got a relationship, so I ain't just finna have no kid with anybody.
Yeah.
Because whenever I had a kid with whoever I have a kid with, we gonna be together. We gonna get married. Cause I want to get married one day. Mm-hmm. I want to get married one day. But I want to have kids one day and I want to get married one day. But I don't know how soon it is, because I just got out of something like for real. So I'm really like healing myself for real.
Yeah. So are you open to date a woman with kids, and what's the limit of kids they could have?
Why are you asking me?
I told y'all bringing that heat.
Okay then.
Yeah. So yes, they could have kids, but how many? Where it stop at?
You gotta have. You only can have 1. Mm-hmm. And you already on the verge, but it can't be more than 1 for sure. But I say I don't know. I don't really know how to answer that question, because it depends on how old your kid is. Like,
yeah.
You feel me? Like your kid 5 years old, 7 years old. Mm-hmm. And he already a type of way that I know I wouldn't want my kid. Mm-hmm. It's gonna be hard to be around you.
Yeah.
You feel me? But if the kid listen, woot the woot, everything, then you just never know. But that situation, that's a topic, I've been asked before, and I'd have been in before. Mm-hmm. I've been in that type of situation before. But I don't know, it just depends on how the vibe is.
Yeah.
With, the person and their kid.
And being the man you are, do you think you'll how can I put this? Because them baby daddies and baby mamas, they be tripping. So how would you, if you date somebody with the kid, how would you be able to resolve that issue?
I mean, that's for her to resolve.
But of course, a man will want to.
I feel like at the end of the day, I ain't trying to be your kid daddy.
Yeah.
I don't want to get called daddy, stepdad, none of that. I just, just look at me as a role model.
Mm-hmm.
But I ain't never trying to take the daddy place. So if it come down, the daddy tripping, I don't,
Yeah. But would that stop you from wanting to be?
No, because I don't care because you tripping. Why you tripping? You supposed to be right here.
Yeah. Right.
So you ain't right here for a reason. So why you, tripping on me? Because I'm right here.
Right. Okay. So, and you actually talked about your dad issues from the beginning. So what's one thing you could say that you, because of what you went through with your father, what's one thing you can say, I don't want to be like that. I want to be different.
I just want to, I'm gonna be in my kid life. Like it's really that simple.
Yeah.
Like I'm gonna be in my kid life, which is crazy. I just seen my dad and his side of the family like probably 2 months ago. Cause my granny on my dad's side just passed. Cause my dad, they all live in Virginia, but they are from my city. So when my granny passed, everybody came back to Shreveport. So I had seen him for the first time in like 22 years.
Yeah. Wow. That's crazy.
Yeah, that was crazy. It was good to see everybody though, but I'm just looking like, because I don't know who
Who y'all are, yeah.
The kids I used to grow up with, they probably thinking I'm Hollywood because I'm walking right past them, but the whole time, like, I ain't seen you since I was like,
yeah.
Oh.
And I was going to ask that being around them in the position you're in with football, how were they acting towards you? Was it like, oh, superstar, he the one, or it was like they were standoffish and expecting you to come towards them?
Nah, they were for sure coming up to me because, like I said, my aunties, they've been following me my whole career, like since high school. So, like when we seen each other, like a 15-second hug, you feel me? Like I felt the love, you feel me? My aunties, they always, stuck with me, always checked in with me on the ground, but next time my dad got out of jail, like my senior year in college, I was with my ex at the time, my auntie called me on Instagram, FaceTime. Why she calling me on Instagram, FaceTime? So I answered the phone. She got the camera like tilted.
Yeah.
I'm looking like,
who was that?
She talking about that's your daddy. I'm like what
right, what I supposed to react to that?
So I'm like, it really caught me off guard. But that was the first time, that's how I knew he was out of jail. My auntie called me on Instagram, FaceTime, and like tilted the camera. I'm just looking at this dude, like, cause at one point, he could have walked in here and went to the back. I would never thought that was him, cause I ain't seen him so long. You feel me? So yeah, that was crazy. But one thing I'll say though, what I'll do different, I just be available for my kid.
Yeah. Do you think your father have an issue with because he know he wasn't in your life growing up? So do you think he have an issue because I want to say a while back we had a conversation. You was like, you don't disrespect him, but it's not like on no daddy type of time. It's like you said your homeboy, like now you my homeboy. So do you think he have a problem with that, or he just happy to have some type of relationship with you?
I would say he shouldn't have a problem with it. If he do though, I hate that he got a problem with it because like I said, I'm 26 years old right now. When he got out of jail, I was like, I was probably like 24, 23. But it's too late to be a father.
You think so?
To treat me like your kid, because I'm not a kid no.
Well, yeah, you're not a kid, but I don't think it's still too late.
You can build a relationship, but
yeah,
you can't tell me something that a dad would say to me
when I was young.
You feel me?
Yeah.
So that's when that came about, like call me little bro, like he called me little bro, cause like I said, like I'm grown, I'm grown now, like you ain't got certain perspectives on certain things, my mama do though.
Yeah.
You feel my grandma do, but you don't. But we can have a relationship, but you gotta realize you ain't been for a long time. And like I said, you coming into my life at this moment. I don't know if you a fan or you my daddy.
Right. Right, because you probably only coming around because you see I'm up.
Facts, and to get deeper, like, when he first got out of jail, he been gone so long, he behind time. So, I threw him some, to get a room. Told my mama spazzed out on me. You feel me?
Yeah, that's how mamas be.
You feel me? My mama spazzed out on me because, like, you know how mama,
he ain't been here. Yeah.
In my head, though, I'm like, man,
it's love,
daddy.
yeah.
My daddy. You ain't seen him, but that's my daddy, though, and I got it. I can give it to him. It ain't,
no hard feelings.
For the night or something, couple of days, but my mama, yeah, she really.
And you on some forgive and forget.
You feel me?
Yeah, that type of time.
Like, yeah, you out now. That ain't hurting me because you out.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't really hurting me while you was in there, because I was still doing what I always wanted to do since I was young. So now you out now, I feel like it only can get better. It can't get worse.
Yeah. So since he's been out, have he ever came to one of your games? No? Have he ever asked to come or?
Yeah, he did.
You said no?
I ain't say no. It's just, I just be focused on what matter. And I feel like, when he got out, he wanted our relationship to, like, move.
Instant.
Yeah, he wanted, like, our relationship to get better on his time. But, it don't get better on your time. It's on my time, especially, what I'm doing right now.
Right.
So, yeah, I can't,
the ball in my court. So, yeah.
I can't, move when you want to move. I can't talk when you want to talk. I can't answer the phone. You want me to answer the phone.
Because you had your time to do that. Now you on my time.
So, yeah, he wanted to come to games and stuff, all that in the third. But, just, it come with time.
Yeah.
Like, in that type of situation, in that relationship, like, we both healing. You feel me? If he heal faster than me, you're gonna have to wait on me.
Yeah. So there will be a time you feel like you'll invite him to, because I feel like that would probably help you with your healing, like being seeing your father in the stands and like, man, my dad finally able to watch me play a game. And that's crazy because it just clicked in my head. You know how people play football, they start off at Little League. You didn't start off at Little League.
No,
you went straight to high school and blew. That's crazy. Because a lot
No, I started off in Little League. I started out playing 6 years old.
Oh, I thought you said at the beginning you...
No. I started playing football and basketball when I was 6 years old, but I never played flag.
Oh.
I always played 2 years up, so when I was 6, I was playing 7 to 8.
Shoulder pads and helmet.
8 and 9, yeah. I never played flag.
Got you. So before we end, because I think we have ran through a lot, is there anything else you wanted to put out there for the people?
I appreciate you.
Yeah, oh, thank you.
You know, you brought me out my comfort zone on this one.
Yeah, I know, because you don't, like, how long we have been knowing each other, I really haven't heard you tell your story, and that's why I had texted you and said we all have a story, and me being on the outside looking in, I have seen you go through your injuries and switching teams and stuff, and there's somebody that's out there that can relate, or if they go through that situation, they'll know how to handle it, because some people, they'll get injured and give up. You know, I had a brother that was like that. He tore his Achilles, and that was just a wrap in high school. But not in high school, in college, but you had the mindset to where that's small shit to a giant. You know, I'm going to keep going. So I for sure appreciate you for coming and telling your story, especially as a man, because men don't express their feelings. And then you talking about your dad's situation, I know that was probably hard. So before we end the show, I always have my guests leave the people with a tearful moment, like what you have coming up next. I know you re-signed with the Brahmas. So when y'all season start?
We report like end of February.
So what's your goal for this season?
I got to get back to the NFL. It's really that simple. Do more than I did last season, because clearly I ain't doing enough.
Okay, so what don't you think you did?
I mean, you know,
and I only asked that because you was just coming off an injury. And I have another question about that. When knowing that you've been injured numerous of times, when you're on that field playing, do you ever think about, no, okay.
I don't think about it because, like I said, they've been my goals since I was 6 years old. Like, I feel like in my head, I really died there. You feel me? Like, you know, if I'm hurting, whatever gonna happen. And whenever it happened, it was meant to happen because, you know, God got the last say so.
Yeah.
So, you know, whatever happened out there, gonna happen out there. You know, I know I'm gonna put everything on the line. But, yeah, you know, my goals for this upcoming season, you know, to just put back on the NFL helmet. Yeah. Then we're gonna go from there.
Okay. And then your 2 nephews, you think you're gonna push them to play football?
The dogs, yeah. And actually, you better not say my real name. But my youngest nephew actually got my real name. His first name.
What?
Call him D2.
I can't say it.
No, why would you do that?
Because this is T4.
No, because the people gonna see this and they don't know that. Everybody, you know, so.
Okay, so do you tell your women your real name?
Yeah, facts. Yeah, my girl, my ex knew my real name.
Okay, that's good.
Everybody that's close to me know, but like 90% of the real don't know.
Oh, I'm glad you said the D2 because it clicked in my head now. Now I actually got the first part correct.
And look with my you know, my sister's name, you know, D2. You know, my girl at the time, she like, you know, what if we wanted to have a junior? Yeah. You feel me? But the thing about it, though, he ain't no junior because, you know, he got my real name, but he got his own middle name.
And last name, a different last name?
He got our last name, too, but he got a different middle name.
So what made you, like, not want that, like, want to tell people your real name? You just changed your whole identity yourself.
It really wasn't that, so boom, you know, like, you know, when you in school, teacher calling roll, they be like, you know,
yeah, I know.
How it happened, though. That's really how it happened, though. 3rd grade, I was going to the neighborhood school. So my mama like, you know, we got to get you out the neighborhood school. So I went to a different school. Around that time, my cousin mom had just died, my auntie, so I went to the same school as him. So, you know, the teacher calling roll, she said my real name. You know, you go by anything else? Raised my hand, I go by Marquez. And stuck with me since the 4th grade.
Wow.
Like, all my bank accounts, everything, Marquez.
That's great. Your ID?
And I only use my real name when I catch flights because I gotta match my license.
Yeah, got you. Okay, that's crazy. I really hate he won't let me tell y'all.
You can't find it on Google.
I really hate you won't let me tell them your name because, and that's how it was with me because when I was in school, they always got my name Well,
I really feel after we done, you still gotta tell me. I really don't think you just.
I know.
I don't know.
But they always, because my name Montavia, I always be like Montavia. They'll say, but that's why I be telling people to just call me Tay, because you're not finna mess up my name. So back to before we end the show, go ahead and tell the people what you have coming up next, what you got in your back pocket.
So me and my dog, like I said, me and my dog Trey just started our little trucking business, you know. My dog outside right now, probably outside right now working, but you know, we can, you know, me and my dog, appreciate him for, you know, believing in my vision and everything, you know, stopping what he doing and coming and, you know, come with his dog. But want to say appreciate him. But yeah, we got a trucking business going on right now. And just, you know, football, always, you know, the main thing, keeping the main thing, you know, but, you know, had to put the trucking in the back pocket, my first investment, you know, got to invest it somewhere, some way, you know, and I finally, you know, found something that made sense. But yeah, we trucking and we playing football.
That's what's up. That's good. And I'm glad you have a side hustle that bring in more, because trucking do bring in that money on, like that, bringing that bag. So let the people know where they can find you on all social media so they can look out for you for this upcoming football season.
Marquez Stevenson. Marquez _ Stevenson on Instagram. I ain't got no Twitter. I don't really be on Snapchat. But if you got a fence to let me know.
I'm screaming. I'm screaming. Y'all know exactly where to find us at That's T-Ful on Instagram and That's T-Ful on YouTube. Make sure y'all subscribe to our YouTube channel and like, comment, repost, tell a friend to tell a friend. And we are out. Peace.
Appreciate you, T.